So obviously we just had E3, and I'm not going to tell you that it was bad because it really wasn't, but I feel like I had my hopes up a little bit too high. I was expecting obviously everything with a Switch Pro and maybe Mario Kart 9, a new Mario 3D title, but nonetheless, all things considered, it was actually a pretty good E3 and we did get quite a lot of content. So let's just go through it in this video. And I also want to analyze the new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, which is actually really exciting. So let's just get into it. So the first thing we got was the new Smash fighter, and I actually think this guy looks pretty cool. He's no Waluigi, but he does look pretty sick. He kind of reminds me of like Ryu and Ken for obvious reasons, and we did get quite a lot of information on him. We got a bit of a breakdown of his moveset, and we got to see his stage, so he actually does look pretty cool. So that's pretty exciting. So next there was like a bunch of filler content, so basically just loads of third-party titles that nobody really cares about, and I don't remember the order of the way that they came out, but we did get a Metroid title, and it does look pretty cool. It's not Metroid Prime 4, so I felt a little bit disappointed because that was something I really wanted, and we've been waiting for a very long time for that. But this Metroid Dread game actually does look pretty cool, so I probably will end up buying this. I think 2D Metroids are quite fun, and we haven't had one in 19 years. So in the Direct, we did get a WarioWare game, but WarioWare's not really my thing. I've never really played a WarioWare game, and it just doesn't look appealing to me. So I don't really want to get into it on my opinions on it, because I just can't really give an opinion, because I've just never really played it, and it just doesn't really seem like my thing. So let's just move on. So I'll leave a link to this in the card above, but I said in one of my previous videos that I think Mario Golf looks really boring, because if anybody wanted to play a realistic golf game, then they should just play Tiger Woods. So I don't really know why Nintendo tried to make this game realistic. But we got a trailer in the Direct, which kind of showed it as like more of a funky game. Like there's other parts to it that actually make it look different to every other golf game. So I do think this could maybe actually be a decent title. It still probably won't be something that I buy because I'm not really interested in Mario Golf, but it doesn't look too bad nonetheless. So another thing that we got was a new Mario Party title, and I don't think this looks bad or anything like that. It does actually look pretty cool, but I was a little bit confused on why they didn't just add this to the old Mario Party, because this has another 5 boards, and I think the old one also had 5 boards, and I just think it would make more sense if they just added this content onto the old game. Because, you know, people have bought that game, it's not even that old, I don't think, and they're just bringing out this new one. I don't know, maybe this does have way too much content to just add into an old game for maybe DLC, but yeah, it does look alright. I was just a little bit confused by it. So moving on to the part that everybody wants to see, and that's the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. So this is the part obviously I was most excited for, and the trailer does seem a little bit short and like there's not that much in it, but there actually is quite a lot to depict. So let's just get into it and we can analyze it fully, and then I'll just tell you guys everything that I think and everything I think could be coming in Breath of the Wild 2. So the first thing we can see in this trailer straight away is Link's arm getting like taken over by Malice, and this seems like such a small detail, but it looks like actually a huge factor, because we can see, I don't know if it like took his arm, but we can see straight away by the next clip that his arm is like, it's got like ancient technology on it, and this genuinely looks like a way that this will be used instead of the Sheikah Slate, because later on in the trailer he uses sort of like stasis, but it moves objects back in time, and he only uses his arm instead of pulling out like a Sheikah Slate or anything, and we can see that his arm, like, it gets like this sort of power with the arm that has the ancient technology on it, and it like glows. I also just want to point out that I always thought that Breath of the Wild 2 was going to take this darker path and it was going to be a darker looking game, but just from the very start you can see it just looks so much like Skyward Sword, how Link jumps down from the sky, and this game looks actually so much more bright. The graphics don't look too much different, and we can also see that the map has been expanded a lot, because obviously we knew it was going to be the same map, but we can see it's been expanded by there being so much area in the clouds, and right there from that little clip you can see that that looks like another way Link can maybe fast travel. Like if there's one of them little puddles, he can go into it and it will take him up to the sky so he can get to them sky platforms. So although this trailer does show us so much of what could be coming in Breath of the Wild 2, it still like leaves so much area for like mystery. You can see from this screenshot that I took all the sky platforms and stuff, but it looks like we can't really see very much of what you're meant to do on these platforms. It looks like maybe there could only be a chest, but I really hope there is more than that. I don't want there to be just, because you know the sky platforms do look cool, but I don't want there to be just the sky platforms and then on there's just a chest and that's it. That just doesn't seem worth it for a brand new game. But I expect that they will do something really cool with these platforms and make them completely unique and make it feel like a brand new game. When you're comparing the trailers of Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild 2, you can really tell that Nintendo were really trying to show you that this is what they were going for, and they were going for a similar path that Skyward Sword follows, because Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword are similar games in some ways anyway, like with the stamina and the exploration, things like that. They are quite similar. So I really think that Nintendo have purposefully made them look similar by making the beginning trailers when they jump in from the sky. I think they've done that on purpose. Anyway, I know this was a short video, but I just wanted to go over the main sort of things that were in the Direct. I wasn't going to go over the little third-party titles and stuff, and I didn't even go over Life is Strange, even though I know that's quite a popular game to some people. But I do think that the Direct was pretty cool. I just was a bit disappointed at first because we didn't get as many things as were rumoured. Like, for example, the Switch Pro, we didn't hear anything about any sort of thing like that. We didn't get a new Mario Kart, we didn't get a new Mario 3D title. So I did feel a little bit disappointed at first, but overall it was a pretty good Direct. So let me know what you guys thought about it. If you did enjoy this, then please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out, and if you get bored in the future, then you can just always unsubscribe. So it does really help me out. But thank you so much for watching this entire way through, and I'll see you in the next one.